It is completely normal to have internal chaos, right? And the thing about it is you have your external chaos to worry about. And the reason you're comfortable immersing yourself in it is because you've learned actually how to solve it, how to manage it. But if you don't take time to step back from your business, which is the external chaos, you won't learn how to deal with the internal chaos.
We're living in a world that is super intense, sometimes crazy, and always challenging and always unpredictable. This podcast is simple. Every Thursday, I'll be sharing my personal experiences with you as a student entrepreneur, juggling academics, my personal life, building creativity, and other brands and companies in between. On this same podcast, I'll be sharing the lessons I've learned and also insights on what it's like behind the scene and the deep dark thoughts no one else will share with you. This is not scripted and this is often on top of my head. This is Rebuild and Evolve.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode. I wanted to share a bit about a relationship with discomfort, right? And I've come to a conclusion that we create a ton of chaos within our lives because we are comfortable with being busy and actively doing something all the time, that we fail to realize what's the most important thing to do. In the midst of being actively busy, we spend less time thinking, right? Like people like me then can't stay back because we feel that if we do, something goes wrong. When we take a step back, something goes wrong. We need to be actively engaged with what needs to be done in order to build ourselves, in order to get informed, in order to push the business. But in the whole essence of doing that, we end up creating this chaos in our heads, right? And this is where fear and anxiety comes in. Now, you lose control of what you get started on and begin to fix what's not broken in your business. You just want to jump back in and continue. And the reality is that one of the keys to entrepreneurial success is to fix the internal, which is your mind, instead of the external. Every battle entrepreneurs face most of the time deals with what's going on up there, right? We get engaged with setting the right strategy, making the right decisions, attending meetings to make sure that things are in check, going through procedure or the plans created in order to achieve a particular goal for the company, that we fail to realize that in the midst of the chaos, we don't take time to rest. We don't take time to stay still. We don't take time to isolate ourselves from the whole chaos, right? And this is why your mind needs to be relaxed. You focus too much on building the external, that is trying to build your business, which could be your academics as well, which could be a startup idea. Now, you actually get exhausted that you lose your mind power to actually think, and this results into issues. Now, I've taken time to think and adjust and process emotions. And the truth is, there is something we are running from. And when we don't take time to process these things, hardships sets in. See, understand this. It is completely normal to have internal chaos. It is really completely normal. Now, the truth is, we have external chaoses, and the reason we get comfortable immersing ourselves in it is because we've learned how to, solve it, how to manage it. But if you don't take time to step back from your business, or actually, which is the external chaos, you don't learn how to deal with the internal chaos at all, right? Your mind is tired. Your mind needs to you need to step back for your mind to process things. See, in reality, it doesn't take that long to learn how to manage stepping back, manage to actually stay still. And we spend time spinning in circles because we are trying not to experience what that feels like. Now, we all experience anxiety as humans. It is normal. It is normal to our lives and to our success. Think about it. In the midst of the chaos, what happens? Negativity comes in. But most times we focus too much on the negativity, like on the negative side of life, that we forget that it's two sides of a coin. One, even if it's negative, right, there's also a chance of positivity in the midst of the chaos, right? Now, think about it. In the midst of the chaos, which is negativity, positivity exists. Being realistic. Now, we ignore these facts as entrepreneurs running a business. Oftentimes, when building creative fee, right, I've come to realize that it comes with its uncertainties, right? But over the years, I've seen that there is always a 50% chance of something negative happening. And also, there's also a 50% chance of something positive happening as well. And most of the time, something positive happens. So you actually have to learn to give a situation the benefit of a doubt. And this is the truth about embracing discomfort. In trying to avoid uncertain things, in trying to avoid uncomfortable thoughts, we actually create discomfort. I come again. In trying to avoid uncomfortable thoughts, we actually create discomforts. We stress over things, and here's what I want you to do. Now, when you're beginning to idealize the next step to take, you need to identify your why, right? Why are you going through this stress? And then the next question you need to think about is, and for what cause? What's the reason for going through that particular stress? See, when you define this, you save yourself the stress of chasing and running from something that doesn't exist. And it is all in our heads. And so it will ruin lives, right? As well as businesses, and limitations then exist. That is the truth. That is actually what I've come to realize. Like, personally, it limits you, right? You focus more on the negativity, that you forget that there's always something beautiful around the corner. We go through challenges not because of it's supposed to be something normal, which I believe it is, because in life comes with its challenges, life comes with its circumstances, which is totally okay, right? If you are to grow as humans, these situations, mold you to being better, right? But if you don't do what's necessary, you believe that something exists whereas it doesn't, the worst scenario possible is going to happen. And when that sets in, you dwell too much in that particular box. And when you dwell too much, it ruins your life as well as businesses. You forget that trials and tribulations will come. Mistakes are bound to happen. But the truth about it is, it's in the midst of those mistakes that you're able to now reconstruct your particular plan or strategy around it and make it better. You don't open your eyes to see what you've built over the years crashing down. That is what most people have experienced in their lives. And they keep experiencing this time and time again, that they just want to be isolated. The worst possible scenario ever is to be isolated, right? So in this area, what I'm trying to say is, embrace discomfort. Like, give a situation the benefit of a doubt, embrace discomfort. There's always something negative going to happen, as well as there's always something positive that's going to happen. But you just need to be neutral in situations like this. Step back and think. Because if you don't, limitations are bound to happen. Now, the truth is, we don't actually need the existence of an external chaos to help escape from the internal chaos. You don't need something wrong happening in your business or in your life in order to escape the chaos going on in your head, in your mind. Now, this has stopped individuals and also businesses from growing. I don't know. I guess it's human nature, right? But you need to learn to accept and expect uncomfortable thoughts, feelings, emotions when you step back. When this happens, you're giving yourself the freedom to think more, to process more during times like this. You need to air things out. You need to talk about it. Now, I have a question, and the question is trying to solve a problem creating more problems for you? Now, if you're able to answer this, let's say for instance your answer is yes, all right, you just need to accept that fact. It's a fact already. You just need to accept it. Don't overcomplicate things. I've done that. It does not help. It actually makes you feel inferior. It brings down your confidence, makes you feel low. It kills your spirit. But what you just have to do is accept that fact. So the answer is what you need to do, or something that Leila once said. She said regarding this is be okay to befriend the negativity. It's okay to be negative. It's okay to think of the worst case scenario. We are humans. But in the midst of that, also think of the positivity that comes with it. If me trying to start this podcast to bring a lot of haters, I also have the ideology that it could pass, I can also pass my message or my story to people and to also help them build something beautiful, right? I'm sharing my experiences. I'm not trying to act all perfect. I'm not. But I'm trying to use this as a medium to reach out to other people that my story would also inspire. Now, when you ignore this fact of befriending negativity, it takes more energy. Actually takes more energy from you trying to be what you're not. Negativity is a good thing because when you accept it, you avoid getting burned out in the process of trying to make it work. So, here's my message for you today. Remember, if you are in a process trying to solve a problem which would lead to creating other problems, all you just have to do is step back and think, step back and process your thoughts, embrace discomfort. It's part of human nature. Like, just take it as something normal, right? When you begin to see this to be normal in your life generally, that is you bringing a different perspective to life in motion, right? I just hope that actually answers a lot of questions. So this is the end of the podcast. If you have questions, you will find something interesting, do well to share your comments, and also please like and review because that actually go a long way. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.